Alrighty, yo, what is up, mates? Aegis Rick here, back with some more DFO. And in this video, guys, we're going to be doing something I call the Psycho Sundays. Now, you guys know I like dailies. I've been, like, a lot of the recent videos I've been doing are just dailies I like doing on my account. It's a little bit less focused because of that. I'm not actually playing a certain character. I'm really just playing everybody on my account because there's a certain daily that I like doing on Sundays, and that's why I call it Psycho Sundays. It's kind of stuck. I've been calling the stream as such, Psycho Sundays, and people are starting to realize what it is. But let me explain to you. This is not going to be a very long video. I'm not going to go through the whole trouble of showing you all of my characters through this, but let me just explain what I'm doing. Psycho Sundays is a fancy way of describing abusing, as of currently, abusing the fact that we have a weekly kind of system, and in that weekly system you get a lot of these tokens. Now, I'm just going to explain it what it is right now, the weekly challenge. On Sundays, we have every day you can get a weekly challenge box by completing a challenge in these various regions. So Monday through, all days of the week you have a weekly challenge, but on Sunday is a very key day because all you have to do is clear Dark Elf Ruins one time, like I just did, receive the box, and the box in it has 2 weekly challenge boxes. This is pretty pivotal because every other day of the week aside from Sunday only gives you 1, which obviously makes this, if you're farming for the weekly challenge coins, makes this automatically the most efficient one that you can get. You can obviously, when you clear the mission, you have a chance of getting a bonus mission in another region of the game. For instance, I have guild dungeons now. Another character might get something else, but quite frankly, that's inefficient. When you have a lot of characters to go through here in the Dark Elf Ruins, might as well just go on all those characters and call it a day. And that's what this is, guys. This is Psycho Sundays. This is what I call Psycho Sundays, and this is every single character on my account going through the Dark Elf Ruins. Now, as you guys can see, the difficulty doesn't matter. I like going on here at level 1. I have a lot of characters to go through here. It's not only easier, but it's also less demanding of materials, because if you didn't know, this actually costs black cube fragments, which you don't usually use in any other regions of the game, as far as I'm concerned. You don't really use black cube fragments for anything, no entries or anything like that, but you do need them for this dungeon, and they can get pretty expensive when you're bringing 55 characters a week through here. So if you go at level 4, it costs 80. You can see black cube fragments, 80. If you go at level 1, it only costs 10. So obviously I'm going to go towards the easier option. Not to mention, I don't really want any of the items in the Dark Elf Ruins. Like I said, you can go in any difficulty, any dungeon that you want. Maybe you don't want to go into that one I just keep going into. You can go into any of the 3. If you want, for instance, if you want... Anyway, I'll put that on the screen of what each one gives, but I like going into here because you get a card, and that card could be pretty useful. Sometimes you get, like, elemental damage cards and stuff like that, but, so I like doing this one. But you do whichever one. It only takes a few seconds, obviously, guys. And however strong your character is, I mean, you don't need a very strong character. I'm going to be going through here on all of my guys, and you can really just go in whoever you want. Especially if you're doing level 1, doesn't really matter. They can be in rares, and they'll clear it just as fast. Not a big deal. But that's what the Psycho Sundays is, guys. I mean, it takes quite a little bit of time. It's a diligent process. Just don't forget to pick up the boxes. You can leave them in your storage. You don't have to receive them from the mail, but they only last for 2 weeks, so it's something that you have to kind of pick up. Don't forget to pick it up. Don't forget to receive them, because just doing the quest isn't enough. You have to go in there and get the reward, which is kind of a shame. Sometimes I've forgotten to do that. And then don't let them expire from your mail, because a lot of my characters I don't play, obviously. I can't play all of my characters every day of the week. But just remember to pick them up from your mail so they don't expire, because that's happened to me too, so we get on Battle Mage, and I like this because it gives me a chance to sign into my characters. A lot of my characters are not getting a lot of attention, and it just kind of like reminds me that these characters exist, right? It's like, oh yeah, I got a Battle Mage that's pretty dang geared and can do this really easily, and it's kind of fun to play her. So it's kind of a way to touch up on my characters, kind of a way to see, oh shit, I didn't gear this character at all. Let me focus a little bit on gearing her. And at the same time, I'm getting a whole bunch of these weekly challenge coins. Now, I didn't explain what these challenge coins are, what you can use them for, as we get 2 more here. And you can see basically all my characters have like 50 something. So you can imagine, I have a ton of coins, but what do you use the coins for? What is the purpose of doing Psycho Sundays? All of the coins can be redeemed here at Syria if you go into the weekly challenge tab, and basically just look at the rewards right here. You can get a rare unique bead that you can put in your equipment. Not suggested, it's pretty expensive. 5 coins here. You can summon growth at 100%. Again, this is kind of like a far cry to try to get some good stuff. 30 powerful energies, kind of expensive, but it only costs 2 coins. Maybe if you're desperate for that. Simona certificate. If you can't clear a floor of TOD, you know, you're having really hard time on Soldoros, just clear it automatically. And then finally, the one that I suggest every day, get this every day. I don't care what character does it, you need 5 coins a day, but you get a random magic card from common to unique, and trust me, uniques do drop from that. Rares pretty commonly as well. That is the main reason why Psycho Sundays is a thing, why I do it every week. Or at least I've tried to do it every week. I've been slacking heavily, but imagine, guys, 2 coins per a week per character. That is a ton of coins, and I am way over farmed. I can just not do Psycho Sundays for like a year, and I'll still have enough coins to buy those boxes like every day. Okay, maybe not that many, but I've got a lot. Let's just say that. So it's something that I suggest doing, and it's the reason why I wanted to make this video. I should have made it sooner, but I believe once the Origin update kicks, which is going to be a little while from now, but let's just say in the not so distant future. I mean, we're talking within, you know, I don't know how much time. I'm not going to give you an actual time frame, but I'm going to say eventually, guys, the Dark Elf ruins themselves are going to be removed, and when they do that, most likely the Psycho Sundays is going to be dead. This kind of farming system is going to be obsolete. You're not going to be able to do it anymore, and most likely they'll replace it with something that you won't be able to abuse as heavily as this system. Because trust me, guys, I've been abusing it, and basically anytime I find something like this, I like to abuse it, especially when I can use it on so many characters. Obviously, it doesn't work very well if you only have a few characters, but even if you only have like 10 characters or so, or 5 even, you really need to capitalize on this, right? It's the most efficient time to get these coins, the weekly challenge coins, and it's the most, it's the easiest way to get cards, honestly. If I'm being honest, I've tried to get, you know, there's not a lot of other ways to get cards. The dungeon that I'm doing now is kind of like a sub way to get cards, because if I open the box here, I get a unique uncommon card. Most of the time, in fact, you're only going to get uncommon cards. But the uncommon cards that you get could be elemental damage. So, I mean, there's yet another way to get these lesser cards. But if you're trying to shoot for some rares, some uniques even, you really got to do the Dark Elf Ruins and buy those pots. Because those pots really do give you rare and unique cards. And pretty, I'm not going to say like I've gotten them every day, but I've gotten at least 1 unique a week and several rares as well. So, something that if you're not doing it now, make sure you do it ASAP, because like I said, it's not going to be as efficient later on, and we're going to have to find a new strat to try to get cards, because honestly, when they remove the Psycho Sundays and make it remove Dark Elf Runes, it's basically going to kill that kind of market, right? It's going to kill the card market, and we're going to be back to the way it was before, which is just a hard way to get cards, honestly. So one thing I'm going to mention before I end the video, Psycho Sundays is kind of like a multifaceted thing. You're actually doing more than Psycho Sundays. You're getting the weeklies. That's the main point. But Dark Elf Ruins is something that, like I said, is going to get removed. But there's other reasons for why you do it. You can get Halidom fragments, a lot of them, very easily. Probably the easiest way to get them is here. You can get these EXP pills, which are the same that you get in off the Forgotten Lands, which is awesome. And then you can even get Chronicles, which are set Chronicles. You can get like necklace and the ring, shoulder and the belt, and you get them for free. Dark Elf Ruins is something that you do for free. Just remember that when you actually go into the Dark Elf Ruins, if you're trying to get Chronicle pieces like from the shop right there, always do it at the very minimum level 3, because at level 3, I'll just show it off, when you complete the dungeon at level 3, you actually get double lump of dimensional fragments instead of just the normal one. And in fact, if you're really trying to get those legendaries, or excuse me, the Halidom, the other sets, man, there's too many sets. If you're really trying to get your Chronicle set, do this 2 times, because then you can get actually 20 lump of dimensional fragments every day. And it should be a daily that you're doing on your own if you're really trying to do that. You don't have to just do this dungeon on Sunday, but just mentioning there's a reason why people do Dark Elf Ruins, myself included, that are aside from just the normal Psycho Sunday. So right there, 2 lump of dimensional fragments. This only happens when I'm at the minimum level of 3. So if that's what you're doing on a character, as well as farming Psycho Sundays, I suggest doing that at level 3. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. There's my last tip on Psycho Sundays and what you could do with the Dark Elf Ruins. Remember to abuse it as much as I can, because I can't promise you we'll be keeping this system for very long. So had to get this video out there, had to tell you, it's Sunday today, Psycho Sundays. Get to it if you haven't already. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you nights later.